Hey VAT, we are going to go over how to make the less is more. You're going to start from Photoshop, and this time you're going to file open your files for less is more. So I asked you guys to find images. I asked you guys to find images of just animal, minerals, or vegetables, just basic things that you could use, simple things with texture or patterns. So when you open up that file, let's make sure the layer palette is out. This should be out for you guys. When you open up that file, you'll see there's one background layer. What I want you to do is right click and make a duplicate layer. This is going to allow you to have a backup in case you mess up and allow you to see your before and after. Next, you're going to move to the crop tool, and we are going to make this a square. So up here in the corner, there's a ratio setter, for lack of a better term, and you'll see here it says 1:1 square. That will lock your crop tool into a square so that you don't have to worry about it. Move your photo where you like it and hit enter, or apply with the check mark at the top. Be careful with the crop tool. If you accidentally crop, you can hit enter and Control Z. If not, you can go to your history palette here. And I'm having some trouble. There we go. Had to hit enter. Go back to your history palette and get that back. So that was crop tool, square. Move your photo where you like it. Here we go. And hit enter. Then we are going to make sure we're on this top layer, and we're going to go to image adjustments and turn this to a black and white image. We're trying to simplify this down to its most basic. We were talking about the less is more concept, so we are not going overboard. You'll see each of these colors kind of adjusts, and you can play with that until you like the contrast and the texture and the value, and then you can hit OK. If you want to, you can go to image adjustments and straight over to brightness contrast and adjust your contrast as well. That'll make it a little bit sharp, a little bit more interesting looking, and hit OK. This is going to be saved as your LIM1. So make sure you're in your correct folder. I'm going to make a new folder for video because that's what I'm doing. And yours should just say less is more. Name this as a specific title because we're going to make 4 of these. So I save it as LIM or less is more 1. It's still a Photoshop file, and we save it. So that will be in your drive as a Photoshop file. Next, we're going to go back to that crop tool to reactivate it, and we're going to crop. This crop should be close, but you should still be able to tell what the image is. So find an area that you think is interesting in terms of texture, pattern, and shape, and hit enter, and then file, save as, change that 1 to a 2. This is very important. If you don't rename that file, then you're just going to save over top of this one, and you only have 1 file, and you need 4. So LIM2, save, OK. We're going to do 1 more crop. So again, creating an area that you think is very interesting in terms of shapes. This time it can be very, very tight, so you don't have to tell what the object is anymore. Hit enter, file, save as LIM3, and save. Our last one's pretty simple. We're going to flip. So we're going to invert. What was black was white and white is black. So you go over to image adjustments again. We're going to go to I for invert, or Control I. If you want to, you can go up to image adjustments again and control brightness contrast again if you feel like that might sharpen up your image. File, save as LIM4. Now, after we do that, you notice we were just file opening and editing. Now we're going to create a new file that's going to be the background for our less is more. So I have you guys go to print. Letter is our basic setting. We're going to lower our resolution to 150 just to accommodate the different pictures we pulled off the internet. Title this less is more final. So 8.5 by 11 and 150 less is more final, and create. If this comes up, this means your crop tool is still activated. So to avoid cropping, go back to move. And you're going to be using that in this little exercise. So now you're going to file, place embedded, and head to the correct place. Google File, VAT less is more, double click, and it comes in as we did with Crazy 8 with the X and the anchor points. Hold down Shift and scale it down. Now how big or small it is doesn't matter right now. I just want you to pull them in. So file, place embedded, LIM2, hold down Shift, It doesn't really matter where they are on the page either. LAM3. Maybe you don't have to scale it up or down if it fits, or you might have to scale it up. All right. Now, remember, if you mess up, just hit Enter and Control-Z, and you have your history palette here. You can go back many, many steps. Well, as many as this document is. But with your Move tool, you can click on these different layers, and you can see here, whatever I click on, the layer is activated. So what I want to do now is figure out how to arrange my page and how big or small I want these files to be. You can see my grid marks activating, which is helpful. But some of these are the wrong size. So I'm going to click on one and Control T for transform. And that will allow me to stretch and hit Enter. So Control T, stretch. Now you can make your tiles the exact same size. You can make them graduated sizes. You can have them be touching. It's totally your call. Whatever you think looks nice design-wise. And if you want to move them all as a grouping, like there's a little less space here and more space here, you can click on one, hold down Shift, click on the others. You'll see all of our layers are selected, and you can move them around as a group. So once we do that, you're going to click on your background layer because we're going to color it. So what you need to do is, with that layer activated, go to the Paint tool, Paintbrush, right-click, and enlarge the paintbrush. The larger you go, the faster this will go. When you paint, you'll notice you're going right over top of your photos, but only the background's painting because you're on the background layer. You are allowed to choose anywhere over here in the gray scale. So whatever you think would look nice with what you have going on in your photos, but less is more. We're trying to just bring light or make our photos look the best that they can. So we don't want to add a red or a green or anything crazy. We're just trying to make them look neat and sharp. If you want to do some sort of a gradient, go ahead, or just solid. Make it a little darker, it blends in with the background. Okay, so once that is done, we are now going to add a text layer. So you're going to go to your capital T tool. Text layers are kind of funky. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. Remember, Alt-Roll zooms you in, spacebar, you get the hand, and you can move around. People tend to drag a text box, and when you do that, you get a layer of text, which is great, but I don't like the text boxes. They're not ideal for what I want you guys to do in Photoshop and Illustrator. So what I want you to do instead is activate the Type tool, click once to get a cursor. You can see it blinking. Now, if I were to type right now, up here is my properties for type, and my type will come out black. I won't be able to see it. So before you start typing, choose a color or a value that you think you'll be able to see. And I want you to type less is more. Now, if you mess up, you can delete this layer. But if you just type and stop typing, you should be good to go. What I have students do instead of highlighting, because again, that just creates a thing that is backwards. It inverts it. It's not what I want you guys to do. If you go to the Move tool to tell the computer I'm done typing, your cursor goes away. But if you reactivate type, you get your properties back, and you're still in your type layer. So from here, you can increase size, you can change the font. Keep in mind our computers have been going a little bit slowly, so if this is acting weird for you, just be patient. I'm just going to pick a basic one here. And so you can play through your fonts. You can also highlight the font and roll with your mouse so that you don't get that big drop down. Back to the Move tool, and you can move this around anywhere you want. You can even Control T, just like we did with the photos, and make it bigger or smaller. Hit Enter. One more text layer. Click, type your name, Move tool, move it around wherever you'd like it to go, and change it as you wish. So when you are done, you should have 4 squares. They should be arranged nicely on your page, a value in the background, less is more, and your name. You're going to File, Save As, put it in your Less is More folder, Less is More Final, Photoshop. And then to put it in your portfolio, File, Save As, drop down where it says Photoshop, and go to JPEG, and save, and OK. And that'll do it for Less is More.